Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a summery makeup look together. I am feeling the summer mood. We are going to be having break and holidays soon. I'm going to be going to Europe in a month, so kind of getting my stuff ready and, putting together my summer makeup looks for this year. Please excuse my eyes. I have a bruise under my eyes here from when I got Regeran last week, and it's still settling down. So let's get into the makeup. Summer makeup, you really want to think about light layers on the skin. You don't need too much heavy moisturizers and serums. Keep that for the winter time. You can also skip moisturizer altogether and let your sunscreen be your moisturizer. I review so many sunscreens and I have a full sunscreen guide that you can access and see all of the sunscreens that I have reviewed in a database. The link will be under the video. But today I'm going to use this one. This is a Japanese sunscreen. You do need to shake it up. This is a really beautiful lightweight sunscreen, milky texture. Sunscreen is so important in the summertime. Please protect your skin. This is literally liquid, and it is a traditional Japanese type of sunscreen in the sense that it has that dry down, that alcohol burn off and dry down, which makes it a really lightweight base for makeup, and it doesn't cause any problems. It's also no white cast, and yeah, it's a good one. It's been around for a very long time. So the foundation that I have chosen today is a little bit of a bougie one. This is the Dior Prestige Le Micro Fluide Teint de Rose. I can't pronounce French, so just excuse that. But the reason why I picked this foundation today is it's a really gorgeous, hydrating, glowy type of foundation, and it's very skincare based as well, has a lot of skin properties in it, and I like to apply most of my foundations with my fingers. But yeah, this is not like about being a long wear tutorial. I wouldn't pick this foundation if I was trying to go with a very long lasting kind of look, although it's really not too bad, and we can set it with powder. But yeah, it's just a very nice glowy, has a bit of a glow to it. But sometimes in summer you don't want too much of a glow because the weather will provide that in a lot of places. I will share with you some glowing bases though. Try not to disturb your sunscreen layer too much by patting a little bit more than rubbing. So that's the foundation done. I just did one pump and it gives a very natural finish. This shade that I'm using is 1N. It is my skin tone, but we do need to bronze up a little bit because I have some self-tanner here. Now, if you were wanting to really go in a lot with the glow, here are some that I really like. The Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, absolute classic, really beautiful product. You can use it by itself actually for really light coverage. Mix it into your foundations. Actually, you can do that with all of these. The Saie one is even more like gel, glowy kind of texture. This is a little bit more creamy. I feel like these are kind of similar textures. This is the by Terry Brightening CC Serum, really beautiful as well, and they have a whole range of different colors and shades, like tan ones, rosy ones, a whole lot. These go up in different shades in terms of like depth of skin tone. I don't know about this one. This one's Starglow. This one does have a few different colors, but not too many. So these are nice products if you're really trying to get glow onto your skin. Maybe I will add a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury one just to some areas. Just a little bit, kind of using it more like a highlighter. Very rarely do I actually wear a highlighter. Really just dab it onto the tops of your face just to give a sheen of glow. Now this look is all about bronzed skin, so we really need to work on that because I'm looking quite pale on camera. Okay, brows. I'm going to leave them quite natural. I don't want to have a super sculpted brow, but I'm going to just boost them a little bit with the Precisely My Brow Wax Tinted in shade 3 from Benefit Cosmetics. And focus on the outer corner of your brows first. That's where you want to build up a lot more coverage and color. And then a little bit the front. So this one adds color, but also puts them in place for you. Brows are on. Now for today, the concealer I'm going to use is from Kosas. This is the shade 1.5C. I haven't used this for a while. It's not my most favorite concealer. I definitely prefer the Hourglass concealer to this one, but you know, I need to shake it up a little bit here. I can't be using the same things all the time. Now, while that is drying down, I really like to let my concealers have a bit of a dry down time. It helps them don't move around too much. You get a bit more coverage from them. And let's start to bronze the face. Summer, it's time for your bronzer to shine. So the bronzer that I'm going to be using today is from Hourglass. This is a really beautiful bronzer. This is in the shade Nude Bronze Light. It is a baked formula with that beautiful marble effect that they have on a lot of their products. I really want you to think about where you're going to bronze on your face, and a tip is to load up the brush really nicely. You want to like pre-blend the brush and make sure the product is evenly dispersed on your big bronzer brush to avoid when you just go straight in, you get a bit of a stamp, a bit of an odd line. So pre-blending your brush is really going to help you with that. So where we're going to place our bronzer? Outskirts of the face for sure. We need to warm things up. We used to place bronzer a lot more along here, like a little bit of a soft contour to help sculpt the face, but I do have quite a thin face, and so that's only going to accentuate that. But we want to place it a little bit more up higher, a bit more of a draping effect, more where the light from the sun would hit your face. So there is where we're going to be bronzing. Of course, across the top of the forehead, I have a bit of a rather large forehead, so I do like to always put bronzer up here. Careful if you're a blonde, try not to get it in your hair. I don't think our hairdressers would like that. I think it might stain it eventually over time. And so yeah, thinking a little bit higher than you normally would go. You definitely connect these areas up. If you're trying to preserve your coverage, your base underneath, try more patting, stippling motions as opposed to swiping and sliding on the skin. A little bit more patting motions is going to keep your base coverage intact. And a little bit under the jaw just helps bring it all together. That one I do a little bit more of a sliding motion. A little bit on the sides. Sometimes a little bit on the neck just there at the front, but not too much because it can go into your necklines and look a bit funny after a few hours. Now, we've done the outskirts of the face, but we really mustn't forget to do the center of the face and bring that warmth to the center of the face. So that's why we like to hit the nose. So I kind of dust it on the sides of my nose and on the bottom on the tip. Kind of depends a little bit on your nose shape as to how you want to do it. That's kind of what I'm doing. That's good for bronzer for now. We will go back to it. So let's blend out the concealer under the eyes. I like to give it a little pre-blend in finger before I go in and blend it with the brush, because then I feel like the brush sucks up a lot of the product and the coverage. And then another round with the brush. I think I need a little bit more. And I like to for my eyelids because they're often a bit veiny. So concealer is blended, and we did that after the bronzer because we put the bronzer kind of underneath and then the concealer on the top to give things a brighten, but we still have blush to go, so don't worry. Before we move forward in blush and other products, I want to set my under eyes because we want to lock them in place and give them some longevity. This is from La Mer. This is called The Powder. It is a really beautiful powder, but if your budget doesn't allow for a powder like this, you can skip it. It is quite expensive, but it's very nice. I enjoyed it a lot. It has a tiny, tiny amount of like pearlescence to it, but it does help mattify the under eyes, and they do say there's like different skincare ingredients to it. I don't feel like that is probably going to change your skin much. I'm using a small brush for this to get into those areas, mattifying the T-zone mostly. Patting, 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 no swiping. A little bit on the cheeks where I'm going to apply blush. Now for the main event is this new product I picked up in the Sephora sale a few days ago. This is Rare Beauty, the matte bouncy blush in the shade Grateful. This is just screaming summer, is it not? Now, I know this shade looks a little bit daunting, it's very extreme, but I can assure you it actually blends so nice on the skin. I wore it yesterday all day. I was out on a photo shoot all around the city in severe heat and humidity, and my blush really lasted. I was very impressed. If you go into store and have a look at these, you will see the texture a little bit more. I don't want to destroy mine, but they are like, people have been putting their fingers in them a lot. They move around a lot. It is like a cream to powder, I'd say, but it's so velvety and pigmented. Look at that. You need the brush to help you disperse it. So this is a stippling brush. Something like a duo fiber type brush will be really helpful. And load it up. You can blend it out on your hand. High points of the cheek and patting, only patting motions. We don't want to swipe and lose our coverage that we have worked hard for. So summer is all about blush. For me, blush, blush, blush. Rosy, rosy, sunburnt type of, not sunburnt, but like we've been kissed by the sun, but without the sun damage. Okay? Wear your hat. Stippling, stippling up high. Can kind of come into the eye a little bit. Okay, in real life it's looking like a lot, but I know on camera things often don't come up. If you feel like you went a little bit too low, you can take your bronzer brush or your foundation brush. I think it's nice and summery. I want to put a little bit across the nose to give a really been out in the sun. So this blush is a matte blush. It gives a blurring texture to the skin. I do feel like the radiance from the foundation and that Charlotte Tilbury Falls filter is still coming through, so it doesn't completely mattify any products that you have underneath. They still shine through, but it's strong color. I want to add a little bit on my eyes, but first I want to do some bronzer as well. I need fluffy brushes. So for the eyes, I really keep eyeshadow very simple in the summertime. Bit of bronzer on the brow bone. I feel like this adds to the tanned look. especially for my eye shape where I have a very prominent brow bone. Knocking it back with bronzer really helps to open up the eyes. Now grabbing the blush with another fluffy brush, just a little bit across the top of the eyelid, just to tie in the blush. You could even use your fingers to apply that. Now we need some mascara. I still love mascara. I know some people can kind of pull off that no mascara look to their eyes and their makeup. I don't feel like I can. Mascara I'm going to use is this little mini I got from Sephora the other day. This is the Tartelette Tubing Mascara. Wore it yesterday. It lasted quite nicely actually. I've used these before, but you know, it's fresh. And that's what I'm going to use on my eyes today. Tubing mascaras, you do want to kind of do it slowly. It helps build up the length on your lash. This one's nice. It really separates the lashes quite well. I find these brushes that are the rubber type to really separate the lashes nicely. So we've got our blushy look. The mascara is done. Now we need to do the lips. I still love to define my lips in the summer all year. I have two pencils that I really like at the moment. This is Anywhere Caffeine by Makeup Forever and Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Hazelnut. Which one should we use? Let's use the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. I just love a defined lip so much. Now, continuing with the rosy pink bronzy look, lips are going to be also dab of pink. I also picked this up the other day. This is from Rare Beauty again. I really like the brand, and this is their like tinted lip oil, and this is the shade Happy. Tinted lip oil, yeah, tinted lip oil. So this adds color and a little bit of shine, but it leaves a tint on your lips. I do find it somewhat slightly drying. The shine does wear off quicker than a lip gloss, but it leaves a beautiful tint. So those are some things to think about when you're considering this product. Kind of focused it on the center of the lips and then slowly bleed over the lip liner. You could wear this on its own, definitely. It would also look nice with this look, but I just love a lip liner. Okay, that's it. You see, it does give a really nice shine, but it's not sticky. Not that lip glosses are sticky anymore, they're so good nowadays, but it doesn't have that thickness to it like a lip gloss does. It's a lot thinner, it's an oil, but the color does stain on your lips and last a lot longer. So that's the Rare Beauty, and that's it. That's the summery look. Now, if you want some summery glow on the body, I have two options for you actually. These two, I recently bought this. This is a gorgeous body oil from Sol de Janeiro, and you pump it on your skin, massage it in, and it leaves a very subtle sheen of glow on your skin. And so does this. This is from Supergoop. This is the Glow Screen Body SPF 40. This is quite old actually. It's almost finished, but it leaves a gorgeous glow to your skin as well. I kind of reserve it for my chest and arms and adds some protection. So, I mean, what a winner. So those are two options for the body. Let's see what my hair's doing. That's the hair at the moment. Okay, so that is the makeup look. Thank you if you watched right till the end. I really appreciate you being here. This is the summery makeup look. Bright in the center, bronze on the outside, pink, flushed, just a happy summery makeup look. I think you might enjoy it. Any questions or you have, please leave them down below in the description box. I will get back to you. And yeah, if you've watched till this far, consider subscribing to the channel. I have a new video out every single Sunday, and I would love to welcome you into the channel, the little growing community that we have here. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.